always do talk about this thing. Like, it's not easy, but once we put on the work, put on the hard work, it's a one-day pay. One day we'll be at some place and be laughing like, wow, we have been through something. Yeah, so make you never give up. It be life, something that will happen. Just be strong. Put on work. Tomorrow it will be glory give you. Sure. Sure.
Thank you, Bebelino, for those words of motivation. Bella, it's time for you to share a story with us and with your housemates.
Okay. Hi, guys. I don't know how to start, but from my childhood to now, I don't know if there's someone elsewhere paying people to take my life or something, because I remember like 3-4 years ago, I went blind, like blind. I couldn't see anything. Like, I was in school, I came home, I was with my grandmother. She's late now, and my dad was always traveling. He's a businessman, so I'm not always with him, but if he's in Ghana, I'm with him at the time. And my grandmother was closer to where I schooled, so I had to go to her, and maybe weekends I have to leave to my father's place. So I think I went to class, I came back in the evening. I was with her. She has a shop in front of the house. I was there with my cousins and some of the tenants in the house. And then I told her that, oh, Grandma, I want to sleep. So they were even teasing me. I was holding a Bible because I'm always singing gospel, and they are like, "Osofo Mami, I want you to say Osofo Mami." So they keep laughing at me with all those things. So I left them, and then I went to bed. I had exams the next day. So the next morning, I was there, and then my grandmother was shouting my name. She calls me Selom. That's my ever name. Selom, Selom. Selom. You know, so got try exams now. I did actually, oh, sorry. I'm like, Grandma, Wayne. And then I even slept at the hall. I didn't even go to the bedroom. So I didn't even know she was sitting right next to me, and then I couldn't see her, but I can only hear her voice. And then I like joking with her. She's the one I have on my chest, like my tattoo, my grandmother. She was my everything, like my lawyer. I call her my lawyer, my judge, like everything. So I don't know, I don't know how to put it. I don't know how it happened, but I just went blind. I couldn't see anybody. I was only hearing voices. My dad came in. They had to call pastors, book flight tickets. People were just coming to do what they want to do. Nothing was happening. Like, I couldn't see anybody. I couldn't like do anything. I couldn't take my bath. I couldn't do anything. And then aside that, like, we went to places that as if maybe in a Christian, I'm not even supposed to go because of the situation I was in. Like, nobody just give birth. Then I wasn't blind by birth. Then all of a sudden I'm blind. More than 1 week I can't see. So they tried all they could, but still. So I sat down, and then I told myself that I know that this is not how God created me. So I don't think He would watch me and then allow the enemies to destroy my life by making me blind. Not even just that. I've been stabbed before on my chest. I had an accident. This tattoo is not just tattoo. I had an accident. Like, class, I'll vanish. They'll come and catch me somewhere, tie me with chains. Like, those who know the story know, but I feel it's not nice for me to put it out. And then the most painful part of my story is someone stabbed me. We have evidence, we have everything. The person is still living his life, and then I am facing the consequences. Can't live here like just like this because I hit my head with this 4x4 stick. Anytime I leave my hair, my natural hair, I'll just leave vomiting blood or bleeding from my, like, I don't know. My life is just, I don't have issues like home is this, home is that, but like my personal life is like too much attacks on me. Too many attacks. Today this, tomorrow that. If I come and stay in your house, maybe you'll be like, Kofi, and I want some doors too much. Yeah, but I know God is still working, and then I know I'm better now because at first I won't stay like a full week without falling sick, and now I can boldly say that I can stay like a whole year or a whole month without facing any challenges. Yeah, so that is all that I can say for now. Yeah.
Thank you, Bella, for sharing your story with us. Any words of encouragement or motivation or any questions for Bella from the housemates is welcome.
I don't know how it feels even when there's light out and then you can't see what you want to see. But God being so good, you've regained your sight back, and then we give glory to God. With our attacks, we know with prayers all things are possible, and then we will make it. God be with you.
Bella, I want you to know that if you're not great, if there's nothing special about you, if there are no qualities or potentials in you, like the enemies won't keep trying. He wants you to see yourself like you are extraordinary, you are strong. There's something great about you that these people are pursuing about. If you are just, oh, there's nothing good that is going to come out from this girl, oh, they'll leave it for you to just roam about. So all I can tell you is for you to owe your Bible, owe your God. He is your strongest weapon. Like for him to guide you all through this, he's still there for you. He's never going to let you down. So hold yes, and hold God.
Thank you so much.
I know you are great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Bella, for sharing your story. And thank you, Kodak, as well. Thank you, housemates, for your words of motivation for your fellow housemates. We now move to Etonam and Loveland.
Hey, Charlie.
You're welcome, Loveland and Etonam,
Thank
to
you.
the hot seat.
Thank you, big mama.
We'll start this time with Loveland.
You all know my name is Loveland Charles. I'm a Nigerian. I'm from Anambra State, Agwata local government. So I'm a graduate of mass communication in Nnamdi Azikiwe University. So what else? Growing up has really been, it's never a bed of roses, but I'll try as much as to keep it brief. This is one girl trying to be strong all the time. In of darkness, I always see light in me. So this is someone that I don't want the world to see what I look like. I always want you to see the best in me. Like, I want you to believe everything is perfect with me. So I lost my parents years ago. My mom, she has always been the breadwinner of our family. My dad had an accident. He lost his job, his legs. My mom was the one taking care of 6 kids and other people living with us. The house was just like a Sodom and Gomorrah house. We were plenty. She was taking care of a whole lot of people. So when you get your admission into the university, all she could do for you was secure your admission, pay the entrance fee for you. But before, money for your admission fee, because everything was just on her. Then when you go in, she's going to make sure she gets you every equipment for you to braid hair in school. So while you're going, she gets you your ultra, everything. You're just going to work and go to school in there. So when I got into school, my year 1, things was rough because I became business minded. They stopped paying my school fees. I continued from there. And along the line, my mom fell sick. My dad fell sick also. Then we were trying to make my mom come back. She couldn't walk. That was how it started. Then along the line, my dad died. After burying him, the upper year, my mom died also. After she died, then the upper year, I got married. So things didn't really go the way it was supposed to go. So who are we? I can't question God. We'll try our best to, but if it's not working, it wasn't, so you can't force it. So after that, I got an opportunity to come down here and work. My daughter was little while I was married. It's like, I'm just going to keep some things private, though. I don't want to go into so for the sake of my daughter, I do not want to share everything. So after a while, we had to come down here to work. My little girl wasn't looking so healthy because she lacked everything. She couldn't eat well, she couldn't feed. Like, the care, she wasn't getting everything. So when I came down here, I had to start working. I was working for someone. At the end of the month, I don't even earn up to 200 Ghana cedis. A mother with a child, I feed, I pay transportation. After everything, when the bills are being shared, I could stay up nights, 1 o'clock, I'm closing from the shop. When I close, I won't get taxi. Even when you get taxi, the bills that are going to charge, I will just back my daughter and we'll walk all through the lonely roads to the house. Then, as time goes on, it wasn't favoring me at all. So I had to start sleeping in the shop where I was working, but the woman wasn't too okay with it. They had to ask me to leave the shop. So my daughter was still writing exams, and I said I couldn't leave. And they said, if you don't leave, you are going to look for somewhere else to stay. So that was how another journey of my life started. My things were out from the shop. I don't know what to do. I was just trying to make sure my daughter finished her exams. Then I got this uncompleted building at Tantra Hills. So they are still constructing there. So sometimes at nights when the workers are gone, I just go there to sleep. Then I send my baby to my friend's house. So the woman was being kind enough to take my child from me because of her husband. So she couldn't accommodate me and my child. So my daughter was with her when she finished her exams. When it's raining, the roof was not there. It rains on me. I was on the table. I was there in the morning when she wants to write the exams. They'll pass by and bring her for me to see. When I see her, they go. I try to sit seek for help, but it wasn't forthcoming. Sometimes I wouldn't want the landlords to know that I was sleeping there because nobody will want to accommodate you. It's really hard. So I got a friend, and she owns a salon. Sometimes she said, "Oh, lovely, come to the shop. I'm sleeping at the shop today." I'll come to her shop, I'll sleep with her there. Early in the morning, I'll leave. So I decided never to work with anybody again. That I just, no matter how hard it is for me and my child, I just want to earn my money and make sure she's in a very good school. So I put her in a very good school, not minding that I don't have the resources, but I just want her to have a very good life. So as time goes on, in the morning, I go for home service. Then once school closed, I rushed back to see her. People referred my child as being infectious. Then every week she's sick. She wasn't healthy. She was so skinny and tiny. So as God may have it, I was able to secure that place I was sleeping, that uncompleted building. While I was sleeping, I was monitoring the house, trying to beg the landlord, please, because, for you to get a house for 1 year is very difficult. You have to pay for 2 years.
Loveland, you have to round up. Your 5 minutes is up.
Okay. So as God may have it, I secured myself. I got a place, everything. My daughter was okay. I got my shop also. God was being faithful. Everything was smooth, and I've been able to take care of my daughter. The sad part of my story is me doing all this alone. So it's one thing that is heartbreaking, but God has been able to do everything for me. So
thank you, Loveland, for sharing your story with us. Any words of motivation from the housemates is welcome.
Okay, so you started your whole story with the statement, you do not look like the problems. I feel like that's something that's really underrated, because you do not have to act like what you've been through. So those things or those experiences or those events actually prepare you for better times. So it gets you stronger and makes you ready to really face the world. So because you've really been through a lot, and then you probably want more good things than those worse or bad things that had already happened to you in life. So I feel like for the stage that you are now, it could only be God. Because with your daughter being infectious and all of those things that happened to her, I'll just I'll just make it brief and say it could only be God. So yes.
And think maybe
I pray your daughter get a proper place to stand and to be great, and to appreciate his mom for being through all these things just to make her okay. So I pray your daughter blesses his
Thank you, Loveland, for sharing your story. And thank you, Kodak and Bebelino, for giving her some words of encouragement. Etonam, it's your turn.
Okay, so my name is Derek Kofi Etonam Donpo from the Volta region. from a family of 3. So when I was 2 years, my dad left Ghana for greener pastures in Gambia. And since then, he's not been back. It's been my mom all this while. After my SHS, it was tough for me. Sometimes I have to go to a construction site to work as a laborer to get something little to support my mother, who was also selling cloth, roaming, selling cloth just to feed me and my grandmom. So I applied to so many companies just to be either a messenger, because I had no qualification then, just to be a worker or just for me to get something doing. God being so good, I got a job at the airport with a company as a profiler, but the salary wasn't nothing to write home about. So I was there. Fashion was my dream, just to be a fashion designer and style people. There was a man in our church who was a tailor, so I approached him and asked him to allow me to learn from him. And my mother also seconded that proposal, and then it went through, but we didn't sign any contract. So 2018, my mother fell sick, really, really sick, and then she passed on. It was really, really tough. From family, from church, from society. Everybody rejected me. People thought I wouldn't make it, or I would come back begging for what to eat. Fast forward 2019, whilst I was learning how to sew, the man I was learning from also asked me to leave because there was no contract, and then there's no backup for me to beg on my behalf. So I had to do all this by myself, learning from friends and then people I look up to. 2020, there was a man at church. I went to them, spoke to them, and they offered to help me with a driving license. So for that time, I stopped doing the fashion designing and I started with this Uber hailing services, just to get myself a machine and a knitting one, just to start up a business. So, but before that, my mother also, wherever she is, may her soul rest in peace, and I thank her for everything that she's done for me.